Alright, through the magic teleport to the barren desert. Oh, look, there's little underground sandworm things. Cool. So if I remember correctly, there's like basically nothing here at all except traps and annoying monsters and the ice castle. I really don't remember liking this desert at all. Yeah, the frame rate definitely died. Now, I'm not sure how much of that is on my end. I am live streaming and recording, but, I mean, we are talking about a Super Nintendo emulator. It shouldn't be that bad. It's hard to say for sure. And it could have just been the original game was like this anyway. Alright, more of my poison scorpions. Somewhere, I think it's the northeast that has the ice castle, but... maybe. I think it's maybe not right by the edge. You have to go to the middle. Of course I got poisoned. Well, we learned that poison is a problem, so let's be smart about it. Yeah, the ice castle's in the desert. I know, look. Let's not bring sense and logic and rationality into this game. Apparently I missed it. I'm poisoned. Okay, I'm gonna stop using antidotes. Okay, yeah, there you go. Perfect. This is why it's so easy to miss the ice castle that's in the desert. It's not very big. Or is it? Look. Watch out for ankylos. Yeah, actually, perfect desert for red ankylos. That would have been trouble. I'll give all the treasures of the castle to you, if you can escape. So, as you might expect, there's a lot of puzzles. Yeah, this is great. Some ice you can push, some you can't. Some just slides across the floor. It's great. Yeah, look at this. Isn't that fun? Can't you imagine some great puzzles with ice that just moves away on its own? It's gonna be buckets of fun, probably. And then there's this stuff. So it's like melting ice that sort of slides you around. I'm just gonna keep my long-range cheap spell ready. Yeah, right, okay. So there is a way to tell. It's not necessarily easy, but you see the pattern on the squares, the tiles? It's backwards, sort of reversed for the ones that have spikes. So if I pay attention, I'll be able to see them. Maybe. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Thanks, Remus. Yeah, he's going to talk to us a lot as well, so that's great. Alright. Oh, I suppose the other thing we could do, just to give you a feeling, how big is this floor going to be? Just to get you a feeling for what we're up against. Alright, so it's sort of split into two halves. We're going to have to do the west half first. Hope you've memorized that. Now let's go. Alright. At least I get my boomerangs. I like my boomerangs. And I've got the healing. Oh yeah, I remember doing fun stuff like that. Alright. So there's some movement glitches that the jumping can do. Yeah, I remember some of that now. You can get into the right corner here and have some good fun. You know, look, the programmers, like, they had to deal with, like, ancient old hardware, right? And they tried to make slippery floors and ice physics. What more? What else can you ask for? You'd better go slow. Yeah, no way. I'm jumping everywhere. It's way more fun. Alright. Luckily, you can throw boomerangs up onto... Oh, I wouldn't mind picking that up. Those are extra warp gates, and they're nice. Alright, I didn't want that heart anyway. It's fine. This is why we have a healing fairy. I don't have to worry about picking up healing items anymore. Is there any... No way up. Okay, there's another... I have to get up there through another door passage. Alright, I'll get better with the bounces, don't worry. Okay, so what do we do? Great. Excellent. This is definitely, the way I remember it is this is definitely the dungeon where they start giving you actually complicated, not complicated, but more difficult puzzles, let's say. I found a heart. And the copyright lawyers from Nintendo call us again. That's fine. I think it would probably deal damage if it landed on you, though. So we're going to take some damage here, probably. Unless I just get lucky. No, that's fine. Just wanted to check the top there. But, I mean, like I said, as long as you've got your healing fairy, traps aren't really that big of a problem. Because, you know, you just sort of regenerate over time. Yeah! I don't know what that does. Probably just money. I've seen worse traps than this. This is nothing. Okay, so... yeah, that's just for money. Okay. Well, what we've been doing, because we started last live stream and we started sort of maximizing our stat growth, we're going to keep that up, even if it's sort of cheating. So we've currently got a guard of 10, and if I use this, we've got a chance of getting 1 to 3 more. But I have to actually, like, force it if I want to get the best. We got 1, so we'll try that again in a while and see if we can get a better roll. Alright, these rooms aren't that bad. They are just sort of breaking us in, honestly, but... you probably wouldn't even need to jump. You can just walk at the right timing and just avoid them all pretty easily. Alright, the ice, though, is a bit more of a challenge. When a red steel ball is on ice, it will hit you without mercy. I'm not sure what that means exactly. The chasey balls... maybe you don't get, like, the same invincibility frames or something? I don't know. Oh, that's good. Are you sure that's even green? But, did you see what I did there? I totally did it on purpose. If you start leaving the screen, it, resets the sprite so it stops moving. So that seemed good. Oh, they just roll down the stairs, of course. I bet you these guys don't even take damage from the spike traps. They don't even trigger the spike traps. That's how bad it is. Alright, just pay attention to the pattern and you can move around. Yeah. Alright, we got more ice traps. So, I don't I seem to remember anyway, that I never actually figured out how the stupid ice works. I don't know if there's some of them that are linked, like they're sort of connected to each other. Like, I don't know. Why did that one decide to move? I don't know how that puzzle is supposed to work, but hey, we made it. Hey, we got our warp gate anyway. Alright, so my question is there... oops. Oh, just resets the room. That's cool. I didn't even remember that. No, what I wanted to check was if there's anything on this side of the floor that I missed. Or if I've done everything on this side. It looks pretty likely that I've been everywhere, right? Because you had to go through kind of that whole route to get to this spot. Like, I think I had to go all the way through the left half of the map. It's all pretty linear to get to this point. I've also noticed that I have not got a single experience orb since I came in here. And it seems... This is really fun. It actually seems kind of familiar. And maybe one of the reasons why I spent so long as a kid grinding those XP orbs on the north side of Toronto. If you literally don't get any fairy experience in here at all. Like, it would be really helpful to have the healing fairy up a few levels. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get some orbs eventually. Oh yeah. I'm just going to open the door for you though. I'll pretty much unlock every door here, so you guys don't really have to do very much work. Well, I should try this again, yeah. Let's see if we can get to 13. That's a 12. Well, plus 2 instead of plus 3, but not good enough. My inventory's a little bit crazy. Uh-oh, giant skeletons! Hey, there's the orbs. Good. Great. One's a well of poison. Now, I assume, like, one's poisonous and one's not, but we'll see. Definitely poisonous. Definitely also poisonous. That's fine. Look. Healing wells aren't nearly as important when you've got a healing fairy. Alright. So we got a locked door. Any other obscure RPGs? Yeah, I've actually got a list that I'm working on for obscure Snes RPGs that I kind of want to share with you guys, actually. I've done... I mean, this was one of the few ones that I played as a kid, so this one was, like, part of my childhood. But I actually have spent a fair bit of time researching SNES games that never got as popular, because I was looking for RPGs and stuff that, you know, weren't quite as popular as the Final Fantasies. Good frame rate here. And a lot of them are actually, like, Japanese RPGs that just never got translated to English, even though they probably should have been. Heck, there's stuff like Star Ocean for the Super Nintendo, which is not obscure, but definitely worth a play if you've never got to it. The Black Gold Helmet. That's 2 whole points of defense more than I used to have. And it's shiny. Alright, let's try this again. That's the 1 out of 3 roll again. I think if you check the Steam group for BlueTubers, which there should be a link... Oh, good. There should be a link around somewhere. I'm pretty sure I keep my list sort of updated there, and it probably has my my SNES RPG link, I think. I forget how often... I don't update it all that... This is gonna be a really fun room if I jump. I don't remember how often I update it. Like I don't do it every time I find a new game. I don't update it necessarily, but it's certainly got some of them anyway. Yeah, the I first learned about Star Ocean on the PlayStation 1 version, which is a really good game. That was like really good actually. Another one I'd like to let's play one day. And then after that, and the PlayStation 2 Star Ocean, whatever the names of them are, I eventually started looking into it, and oh look, there was one for the Super Nintendo, and it's actually really good. So, stuff like that, you know. How do I get up there? I already went here. That was just a helmet. That was good. I think you have to jump across those, like, left or right, from the upper area. Maybe I should just look at the map for a second. It looks like you might come down a staircase from the next floor into that room, sort of up and right from where we're flashing there. and then come into this room, jump across, and go all the way up to get some treasure, maybe. Actually, no. No, that's not right. I just have to do some platforming. It's going to be really fun. Let's try to get my drink on first, at least. Come on, big money. Big money, no whammy. And another 2 out of 3. Okay, close. I haven't... see, I haven't played the modern Star Ocean games. I think there's one for the... at least PlayStation 3, if not all the way PlayStation 4. I found, personally, that a lot of... I don't know what generation you want to call them, but at least somewhere around the PlayStation 3 sort of time frame when that came out. I did notice that a lot of JRPGs kind of... it felt like the gameplay kind of slowed down. Like, there's just so much dialogue or cutscenes, like, depending on the franchise. Just so much sort of time-wasting stuff. Like, to actually play the game, suddenly it took just longer and longer and longer to get to it. Like, even a game like this Brainlord, like, we were playing the game in a couple minutes of turning it on. Like, we weren't just watching cutscenes for half an hour. But, like, I used to like the Tales of series, but I noticed, like, some of the more recent ones, again, like, you start it, and you're like an hour or two into playing the game, and you actually haven't done anything yet. You're just watching cutscenes and listening to people, and at some point, I'm like, man, you're just wasting too much time. But I don't know, I'm sure not all of them are like that. It's just, it seems like there's a bit of a trend for some of that. Now, I'm going to cheat here a little bit, because I'm not confident in my platforming, and I'm not going to redo this room 20 times, so... okay, we're good. I was a little bit worried, but no need to fear. Alright, and some meat, why not? Let's, once again, surely at some point, I will be lucky enough to get my maximum armor. There we go. 13 guard. I'm gonna run out of inventory space really quick on this dungeon, I think. Okay, I remember this. Some ice you can't push. Sure would be nice if we had like a fire sword or something, hey? You know, that probably saved me time anyway. Went the wrong way. I have to open the locked door here. Yeah, we've only got like maybe half a dozen spots left. Hey, it's our friend Ferris. I wonder... oh yeah, okay. Alright. That's gonna stump me for a second. Now, it's possible that that staircase that I skipped is where the fire sword is, and you, like, perhaps need it to progress here? We'll see. Like, I'm cool with turn-based combat, usually. It depends. And also, that kind of style, like, there's a kind of weird mix that some of those games do. That's true. Still poisonous, of course. And there's a paralyzing fountain this time. So apparently, the goblin Ramus is just kidnapping villagers and just holding them here. Alright, let's look at the map for this floor, because we haven't been on this floor yet. I also haven't actually played Ni no Kuni yet. That's one that I'd like to. Hey, look, it's a fairy. I probably would never have noticed that the first time I played the game. Remember, we're here to find the ice fairy or something? It's like the Zelda 1, the dungeon layouts, if you look at the map. They're all the shape of something. Alright, so this room's totally a bust, and we're gonna be stuck in here forever now. Can't push the ice around, can't get out. Get... Please move, sir. Sir, I would like to leave. Thank you. Okay, so we're just gonna have to figure out how to get past the falling ice death traps. It's fine. Oh, good. That's great. I just wanted to throw my boomerang. I didn't want to drink the water. Okay. So back to Ice Trap Row. I think it's going to be... Now that I'm trying to remember a little bit more, I think it's more predicated on certain tiles drop the ice blocks. Yeah, there is one that looks like a swastika, isn't there? Look at that. We made it through with no ice blocks. There's probably a way down as well. And I bet you if I walked right through the middle, there would have been an ice block. I bet you. Oh, good. It's a room you can't get out of. Everyone's favorite. Well, we got a heart at least. What I want is a fiery sword, but... Oh, is that gonna... Oh! You can probably get out if you can push a block down. One of these things. Pretty sure I can figure this out. I've got a big brain. Look at the size of that brain. Now, I wonder if you get anywhere by falling down here. No. Oh, then I gotta redo the puzzle. Alright, that's fine. I was thinking maybe that would lead to the floor below us, and I'd pick up, you know, a fire sword. I just want a fire sword, guys, that's all. Alright. At least I didn't have to use a warp gate, right? It's that big brain. Yeah. It's possible I could have pushed it, but I bet you... Oh, every time! Okay, I see what they've done here. It's the ice dungeon. Yeah, that's good. Troll Dungeon 101. Make you redo the same room over and over again. Tired of a puzzle? Haha. You've only had to do it twice. Alright, hopefully the ice doesn't block me this time. There we go. Talking to you. I think she's getting tired of all this adventuring. Her heart was never really in it. She just wants the money. So I think we've done basically everything on the first floor, except for that one door that was blocked by ice. And I think I know how to get through that eventually. Now, I know that this statue is supposed to look like a guy holding an orb with some, like, probably angel wings or something. But I always looked at it like mostly a Cthulhu monster with tentacles everywhere. But that's just, you know, how my brain envisions statues. Probably mostly Cthulhu monsters rather than, you know... Oh, good, it's just a turret, basically. I could have tried my shield spell. Oh, good. The goblins drop some cheese. Yum. Well, what way do you think I should go here? There's 3 doors. They're not down, though. Some of them are up. That's a really bad reference, I know. I guess we'll check the north doors first, because they're kind of the dead ends. That's me using the big brain again. That's why they pay me all the big YouTube bucks. All my amazing ice platforming skills and the big brain. Ah. Hey look, it's Barness. I wish I had a fire sword I could help you out. No, I don't want your cheese, old man. To be fair, I'm going to sell a few things because I'm going to run out of inventory space. And because we have a healing fairy, of course, I don't really need the lame healing items. Also, you're supposed to sell these crystal pieces anyway, so they're just blocking up inventory room right now. I've got a better helmet already. Definitely don't need apples. Apples are only 3 HP, so, you know. We'll hold on to the meat. We'll hold on to like 1 mushroom for emergencies with the meat. I actually got pretty good. I've got a pretty good amount of regeneration if I need it. And I think I'll hold on to everything else for now. I've got a couple paralysis cures, a couple poison cures, a couple warp gates. Yeah, we're good. We're looking just fine. Also full healing. Hey Grotham, no worries. You haven't missed out too much. We just did, we explored Toronto, which was always a blast. And then we went to the ice dungeon, and, you know, we're doing some brainy puzzles. Okay, right. Remember the pattern. Yeah. I totally remember the pattern. Reviving mirrors, I don't even really care about those. Reviving mirrors, you know, you remember, right? They just break when you die, so you don't die, essentially. They're one-shot sort of soul earn type deals. Alright. Continuing our ice dungeon. I'm mostly trying to find a fire sword. Do we go down, or we stay on this floor for now? We stay on this floor for now. Alright, I probably will die. I'm totally joking. There's only one way out of this room. I see an open door there. Okay. I have a feeling we get a different door opening maybe every time we come in. Like, if you come in through a different route, a different door might open maybe. I would love to find some spiky shoes. I would also love to find a fiery sword. Dude and Dudette, I'm using a healing fairy now, and we're using Dodongo, who's our healing fairy. Dudaga is our attack fairy, which is generally, in my opinion, the best one. You can't argue with dealing more damage per hit. I'm really good at platforming. But yeah, the healing one, the life fairy, gives you passive regeneration. It's a little bit slow right now, but seeing as how often I'm going to fall to my death, I think it's worth it. Ice is really fun. I like that you maintain your momentum even when you fall through the floor. Yeah, I made it. Alright, we're making progress today. So, oh good. Scrolling platforms and ice. Alright. I'll check out the platforming after I check out this room. There's gonna be some spikes in here, right? No. Okay. We just gotta avoid that block and we can get some treasure. Probably. It's just a hidden floor switch, probably. Alright, so you can kind of see some of these ice blocks look a slightly different color. The kind of clearer ones you can't push at all. The cloudy ones you can push, but yeah. Alright, I'm hoping, if I just pay attention... There we go. We got a lousy shield and another key. Hello, the truth. Welcome to Big Brain Streams. Although that does remind me of a DS game that I played once upon a time called Big Brain Academy. You're only allowed to play it if your IQ is over this amount. I'm so good at these games. Must have this amount of IQ to pass the test, you know. We had some memers in the chat earlier on, so I mean, I'm not like a professional, high-quality memer, but I am aware. A little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, just relax. There's no rush. There's no timer. Okay, that's not very nice. There we go. Look at this. It's easy. Just take your time. Hey, look at that. Oh, you want to see the shield? I can show you the shield. I'm using... This thing has a base of 80 endurance or something. These things are a little bit weaker, but, you know. 10 years ago. Yeah, I'm really with the times with Brain Academy. But I found the secret cave room, guys. Spike boots. That's going to make the platforming a little bit less painful. So yeah, this is a good room to find, no doubt. So now, for the low price of equipping this, we're going to have a lot better day. Hey, we've even got a healing fountain. I should also try to use that power source. Alright, wish me luck. We're going from 18 power, so 21 is the target. Random numbers go! That was 1 out of 3. Not what I wanted. Okay, we'll try that again later on. Max out our attack. Because why not? Oh, look! There's still a little bit of sliding, but this is significantly better. Okay, let's go down, maybe, yeah. Please be a fire sword. Please be a fire sword. Oh, come on! Even the plaques are traps? It doesn't matter how big your brain is. You can't figure out that ahead of time. It's probably an antidote. Oh, it should have been an antidote. That would have been the best joke, actually. Just trolling you, basically. Just don't fall down. Alright, we're on the 3rd floor. Just remember, this is the opposite of a tower. We're like 3 floors down. And there's just a little bit of lag, you know. It's cool. They really don't give our fairies much experience in this dungeon. I wonder if this is a room that you can fall into, because there's like nothing else to do here. Let me just check out the X-rays. Looks like it might not connect to anything. Yeah, if I ever design my own Enix-style Brainlord RPG, I'll be sure to have poison traps with antidotes right in front of them, just to really make you smile, basically. Make me diagonal hop. Alright, so all we really needed then was that waterfall key. We just need to go figure out where there's a waterfall that needs a key. I wonder if this is the waterfall door. I've only got the 1 key, so there's still lots of exploring to do, but I guess the fact that we got that spiky boots, they kind of a hidden room, it will make the dungeon considerably easier, so that's good at least. Hey! I really want my healing fairy to level up. 2 more orbs for the healing fairy, and then that'll happen. Let's try to get that power up again. It's after the poison. Well, see, the poison is a troll trap that you put it in a place where usually you'd get like a hint. So it's totally a troll and players are mad. And then you think you're getting rewarded with some treasure, like a new fire sword, and instead it's just an antidote for the poison trap that just... all it does is waste your time. That's the whole point. 19 is not the number I'm looking for. I'm looking for 21. So we'll have to try that power source again later on. I'm a generous game designer, right? Alright, we're getting into complicated puzzles again here. Let me just double check they don't bounce, right? Yeah, these are just one-time pushing blocks. Okay. Can you push those? Alright, well that will help solve the puzzle then. Let's reset. Could have used the return spell, I suppose. Alright, Brain Lord time. Everyone, big brains, go. Big brains activate. I think we just use the ice block to set up every ball. And it's going to be a lot of wandering around, but this should be pretty simple. Oh, it slides. Of course it slides. I thought you could push it just one square. Can I still resolve this? I'm just trying to think if I've got a way to solve this still. There might be. Could push this one here and then here. That doesn't really help much. I need to use both balls and use. I have to put I have to put the rock on the like the far left side switch. There's got to be a way to do this. Maybe. Maybe I messed it up. Trap ice blocks. Yeah, I'm sure there's an easy way to do this. I'm just. Well, let's give it a try. I don't think this. I think I'm still missing something. Oh, I got this. I got this. The rock is the solution. Oh no, it's. No, I did that wrong. I could have probably done it, and then I messed it up. Looking way better than the EP1 video? What was wrong with the EP1 video? You can't just say that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with episode 1? Alright, so this has got to be the first move, right? Like, that's the only thing that makes sense. Oh, I have an idea. What if I put that one there? This isn't nearly going to help, is it? Oh, I think I see it. I think I see it. Visualize the solution. Okay. That should basically give it away, right? Let me just reset this. Yeah, there's some brainy puzzles. They're not... I don't think they're ever that difficult, but I mean that one took a little bit of thinking, right? We're getting a little bit tricky. Okay, we're back in this room. We've been here before, but I think I had mentioned that I was pretty sure you get a different door every time you come in from a different angle. So yeah, we haven't been this way before. Is this going to be another trap plaque? See, I would have at least given the player an antidote herb for it. This is like my last antidote herb, so if I keep getting poisoned, I'm going to have to go back to town. Game hippie? When did I become game hippie? I don't know. Did I? I don't even... Have I always been the game hippie? Come on, power. Another +1. We're just not getting luck. That's my patented blue Ankylo luck there. Alright, what's that? What are these gonna do? Am I gonna be able to brain lord this? I don't know. I can't see what I have to do, so we're gonna have to experiment here. Is there a puzzle? I'm not seeing a lot of switches right now. Maybe there's no puzzle here at all. Okay, I don't have any keys, right? Check for keys. Doesn't look good. Alright, well let's try one more time. I'm getting angry at this power source here. +2. Well, it's better than +1, but I'm not taking half measures. Not on this channel. No magic? Oh, no. Well, you know, I've been using my magic a lot, so... Oh, there's gonna be a... You have to do this in a certain direction. Circle clockwise, I hope. I would love a fire sword. Yeah. Hey, we found the spike boots, so now we just gotta find the fire sword. So it said clockwise, right? Half circle. Happy beeps. It said, oh, okay. This is a, so there's a big puzzle here, and I'm gonna speed right through it, probably. This is like those little things, I'm sure you guys have had, like, tests back in, like, maybe grade 3 or 4 or something, where it's a follow the instruction test, and the first step is follow all the instructions, and then the second step is, like, write your name on the sheet or something. And then if you go through all this, it's like a big long test that takes an hour, and the very last instruction says, thanks for reading all the instructions, now hand your paper in. Don't do any of the questions between 2 and 20. So it said, so the reference I'm trying to get is, it said, read the leftmost plaque. It did not say step on any switches. Push the switch close to you on the right, then look at the right-hand plaque. Not step on the switch there. It's just an instructions sort of thing, you know. And it's not that mean, like, I don't think getting hit by an enemy counts, so... Middle, top, left. It's possible getting hit by the spikes resets it. I hope not. Middle of the 3, then the top one, then go left. It probably meant check the left... not the left switch, the left plaque again, probably. Ah, I thought I'd just breeze right through it. Of course not. I failed my instructions. Oh, Final Fantasy IX, man. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been there. Okay, just avoid that switch, probably. How was I to know that the switches would, make, or the plaques would make you go back and talk to them over and over again? Stupid smart technology. It's supposed to be a fantasy setting. Like, stone plaques shouldn't update. Alright. It's just implied you have to cross it every time. Am I done, really? Alright, good enough. How'd you get in here? That puzzle was impossible. Death statues. You guys remember these from the first dungeon? Not nearly as strong as they used to be. Well, they're probably just as strong, but you know. We may have grown. Oops. Oh, I pressed the wrong... Sorry. Just a sec. We'll be back. There we are. Yeah, that puzzle... it's not the worst, but I'm not a huge fan of it. $21. Not 21. Alright. One of these days we'll get good luck. Don't worry about that plaque. Water air key. The battle shield. The plate armor. Alright, well. That's the highest endurance shield in the game. And I've already got plate mail, so that's not that good. Let's try this one more time. Nope, just a 2. Alright. Kind of feel like one of these rooms should have a secret in it, but... Again, I say that a lot in this game, that I think there's a secret here, and then I'm just totally wrong, so... It probably doesn't mean anything. Looks like Rain has moved on. Probably have the key for this door, but could be a different one, you never know. Mysterious pattern. Is this more weird pattern puzzles? It's a secret. Oh, I hate these things. The paralyzing brains. I am a little lost as well, in the sense that, like, this has been a pretty big dungeon. I'm sort of forgetting, like, I'm kind of losing track of, like, paths that I've not explored in the back, that we've kind of went one way and could have gone the other. Do I have any plans for the next LP? Well, I don't mean to keep it a secret per se. I talked about it a little bit on Friday, the last live stream. I'm probably... Depending on how I feel, I'm probably going to do Ori and the Blind Forest as a follow-up to Shovel Knight, because it's the same kind of style of game, sort of. Well, it's a Metroidvania, platformy type stuff anyway. But yeah, I've been meaning to play Ori for a long time. I've never played it before, but it stylistically looks really nice. As far as, like, other big series go, well, I've been thinking about doing Undertale for a while, so maybe that'll be a Christmas special. And then the other big one that I've been meaning to get going for probably 2 years now is Xenoblade Chronicles. Sword Traps, or Trail of Tears. Let's go to the Trail of Tears. That sounds like this channel. Ook, Trail of Tears. Oh, I see. It's just the same room. It's just... I should have gone to the Sword Trap, because I had a bit more space. I think those guys always drop the XP orb. This is like the first place we could level up our fairies in this dungeon. I betcha. No, apparently I was wrong. But I do for some reason remember this room being worth fighting the enemies in. Maybe you have to kill more than just the 2. Maybe I'm just crazy. Huh. Maybe it's only like one direction. That'd be silly. Look, I'm just desperate to level up my healing fairy, that's all. Like, we're gonna have a boss coming up, and I'd like to have a fairy that does something more than once every 10 seconds. It's supposed to be sort of an RPG here. Where's my level ups? Huh, alright, never mind. No goods there. I'm gonna read this plaque. I knew it! But I had to try. Hello, Marcus R. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into it a little bit. I know I've taken a long break, so... Well, gate keys are good, at least. It's no fire sword. But yeah, I've definitely sort of took a break from streaming longer than I intended to. Just sort of got busy with life and all that. So it's nice to be back and put on a bit of a show again. Ice blocks are going to fall on me, right? No? We'll test the key here out, but I have no confidence this is the right spot for sure. Right, second gate probably means we have to go to the first gate first, and we have not done that. Who's taking bets on the poisonous fountain trap? Bet your Ankilo points now. I got 2-to-1 odds that it's poisonous. Hey, it's healing! Anyone who bet points on it's not being poisonous, congratulations, you've earned yourself ×2 blue Ankilo points. From whatever you bet. Red Wings, nice! Everyone, someone play this, the theme song for the Red Wings. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasy IV tunes. Anyway, we got some keys, we got, I don't know. Got some keys, basically. It's pretty much all we did on this side of the map. Killed some skeletons, I guess. Lots of gold, but like, what do you need gold for? Maybe this is the Red Wings. Also, I suppose, a hockey team, if you're into that sort of thing. I got a lot of keys. Could be the ice key. Internet is actually better now. I'm currently on a 75 down, 7.5 up package, and it's actually like 10% better in practice than that, which is certainly nothing compared to like Koreans or some of the big cities with Google Fiber and all that, but it's enough to live stream, basically. Do you have like a cash-in system? They're not worthless. Yes, the most important thing, the fire sword. All right, well, I've been using the boomerang a lot, so let's switch out to the fire sword. It does less damage, but it's magic. I don't actually remember it being amazing, but it does melt ice, so that's fine. Take this sword and hurry. Yeah. So mainly this solves, or at least simplifies, some of the puzzles, which is good. And we missed at least one room on the first floor that this will now open. But, I mean, you'll see here, it's not as strong as the boomerangs. My old connection, geesh, I think the last time I live streamed, it was like maybe 5 down and 1 up or something like that. Like, it was pretty bad. 1 megabyte of upload is not really enough to live stream anything anything, basically. We'll just leave it at that. I think there's something up there, but I forget how to get there. Can't make those jumps. XCOM, well, I mean, I don't know. Never say never, but I wonder what the trick is for this room. I might just need to come in here from a different angle. Certainly can't make those jumps. Oh, that's the trick. Just fall in the water. Easy. Easy! Also, we're underwater drowning, in case you're wondering. I remember this room now. As far as XCOM... let's see, okay, hold on. We are drowning really fast. The mushroom will prevent us from drowning. Let's just get out of here. I think there's something that lets you not drown. Okay, we do have a couple of questions. So XCOM, people always just request games. That's all we get. I'm not trying to be snarky, but that is the standard comment. XCOM, mostly what happened was I got kind of tired of XCOM 2 Long War, so that actually ended up prematurely, which was a shame, but I sort of got burned out. I enjoy XCOMs, but sometimes the difficulty gets to me. If I set the game, if I get the settings so that it's too easy, then it's too boring, and no one really watches easy modes hardly anyways, so that doesn't really help. But to get it challenging, you have to up the difficulty a fair bit, and unfortunately, there can be some pretty nasty spikes. Difficulty spikes, that is. I got no antidotes. I gotta find the old man, Barness. Actually, I have to be careful. We don't have a lot of life. So yeah, anyway, suffice to say that I'm probably not going back to Long War for XCOM 2 anytime too soon. I was never a huge XCOM 2 fan in the first place, so even though Long War I think improved it, it just wasn't quite enough. Now these guys, I think Boomerang is still required. Because they have like a nearby area of effect attack. So yeah, anyway, there is Xenonauts 2 that will come out at some point. It might be a while, but at some point that game will come out, and if that turns out good, I'll probably play it. And I've actually looked into stuff like OpenXCom and that before, so it's possible, but it's not. Oh no, I understand, Marcus. It's like a relatively frequently asked question, so I don't mind going over stuff like that every so often for people. All I mean to say is that I will assuredly, assuming I keep Let's Playing, one day I will Let's Play another XCOM style game. Xenonauts 2 or OpenXCom or something. I don't know what, but I will probably get there one day. This might be the gate key, actually. I sort of remember. I don't think it's the ice key. It is the ice key. Alright, that'll teach me. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say, is that eventually it will happen, but I don't know when. And I don't know which game, necessarily. And then the other question was Ace Attorney, and yes, as far as the live streams go, because that was there was a second Phoenix Wright game, so we played through the first Phoenix Wright game all the way through, and then I started the second one, but that was when my internet was failing. Me and the wife moved, and we got to a new place that had terrible internet at the time, and I couldn't really keep up a reasonable quality stream, so then I postponed it, and it's been like over a year now, so I'm like, oh boy, we'll have to do a bit of a recap introduction, basically, when I want to go back to that Phoenix Wright game, because we played like a few hours in, did like the first case or two, and then we put it on hold, so unfortunately that's a bit out of date, but I will try to get back to that. Maybe not exactly after Brain Lord, but, you know, soon. And at least we saved cash in, so that's good, right? Do I get a kiss out of it, at least? No? I'm asking for too much. But, as far as live streaming content is concerned, I kind of want to do a bunch of old Super Nintendo games, actually. Like Brain Lord being one of the ones. Hey, look, I didn't even notice. When did I pick that up? Oh, I thought it said Heavy Mail. It's the Heavy Maul. I thought I had some new armor. That's it. Okay. This is pretty high damage. This is definitely the hardest hitting weapon we've got yet. And these types of weapons aren't bad. They're not as good as the boomerangs, but we'll try it out. So yeah, Phoenix Wright. Again, I don't know exactly when, but fairly high on the list, I'd say. Because I do want to go through more of those games. They are really good, and they're kind of interesting to live stream because you get there's lots of puzzles and puzzle solving on camera. It's kind of fun. And the stories are cool. But yeah, like I said, a lot of the live stream plans are, well, I had this, basically I sort of felt like I wanted to do some games. I want to share some games that aren't, well, I didn't want to give them the full Let's Play treatment to do all the normal route where you do like a 30-minute, yeah, the heavy mall, this shopping mall, basically. I didn't want to go through the full, like, high-quality Let's Play route, per se, because a lot of these Super Nintendo games they're going to be, like, low-viewer type things, like, we're playing games that never got super popular, and I'm just sharing them for fun on my spare time. So I didn't want to, like, heavily invest into them. But they'll probably fit into the live stream pretty well, because we can just talk about other stuff now and then like that, and it'll work out, you know, pretty well. So stuff like Brain Lord and some other Super Nintendo games, and probably some other PlayStation 1 era games at some point. You know, there's a bunch of games that I've been thinking about Let's Playing for a while, and I just got to start doing it, basically, and the live stream helps me burn through them quicker than otherwise might happen. So we got gate keys. This is not that one. Okay, so this is a different locked door. Secret of Mana? Yeah, that's another one. I think the game you're referring to on the Game Boy might be The Legend of Mana, which is actually a... Oh, what's the name of that series? Oh, it's a different series than the Mana series, technically. It's like Final Fantasy Adventure or something, I think. Which, again, isn't Final Fantasy, even. It's, Shoot. It's Sega. It's the Sega series, I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the game you might be referring to. It's like the early day Sega games. Sega, that is to say, not Sega. So I'm trying to go back to the room that had the ice block. It's probably far enough back that I should have just teleported, honestly. Although, to be fair, I'm also right by Bar S here, and I can finally buy some antidotes. So let's clear up some inventory space, and then we'll buy some more goodies here. So we don't need 2 malls. 1 mall is more than enough. And, what else? I don't need the old shield anymore. Romancing Sega. Yeah, well, I don't think it's actually called the Romancing Sega. That's just, there was 4 Super Nintendo games that were Romancing Sega 1 to 4. But it's a Sega franchise, kind of like the Final Fantasy franchise. But they've had some weird naming conventions in the early days. It's just weird, like, because the Secret of Mana series is actually the Seiken Dennet, I can't speak Japanese, Seiken Dennet Setsu or something like that. And that's the second of those games. Like, there was a Secret of Mana on the Game Boy, I believe. That was the first Seiken Dennet Setsu game, but hardly anyone ever knows about it. So I would assume that, I mean, maybe that's what you meant, but usually that's one that nobody knows about. Gone totally off topic. Yeah, oh, good. No, I mean, hey, that's cool. I just, in my experience, most people have never even heard of it. So, and they tend to mix up a bunch of those Final Fantasy adventures, and I don't know. There was a time there where they just slapped on Final Fantasy or Mana onto any game, any RPG game that looked like it might be popular, and just bammed it. Seiken Densetsu, that might be how you pronounce it. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese, guys. But yeah, SD3, Seiken Densetsu 3, is one of those Super Nintendo never released in English games that is totally worth a play. So if you've never played that one, but you like Secret of Mana, highly recommend giving it a shot, actually. I'm just looking at what I'm trying to clear up here. I've got a lot of these mirrors, and I'm never going to die. Yeah, Mystic Quest was something else too, wasn't it? Well, at least Final Fantasy Mystic Quest was still done by Squaresoft. It was just like an offshoot of the Final Fantasy series, I think. Maybe it wasn't even related to the Final, but it was meant to be like an intro to Final Fantasy, at least. So at least it's sort of related. And yes, actually, Marcus, you bring up another good point. North American naming and European naming was not always the same, so it got even more complicated. I'm familiar generally with the North American naming, but if you had different names in Europe, I got nothing. Alright, I think we've cleaned up our inventory a little bit, and now we can prevent poison a little better. Yeah, that's the franchise that always messed me up, the SAGA with the capital G. I don't even really like their games very much, but those games tend to be like, if you have a hard time with like grinding or weapons that break on use, those are like key mechanics for those games, as well as like mapping out large dungeons manually. I never really liked them in general, so I always found them kind of disappointing. Okay, I got another thing let's try to do here while I'm thinking about it. Let's try to have some more power. $20, that's another 2 out of 3, unfortunately. Not what I wanted.